Hey folks, Dan here with a quick review of the PS5 console, which I absolutely love and I'm really pleased that I've got, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. So you can see it over here to my side. I have got the disc version, though there is a non-disc version if you want. That was one of the first choices I had to work out in my head when they got released, was which one did I want. There is no technical performance difference between the two consoles. They are exactly the same, except that one has a disc drive. That is it. No other differences. So they both perform the same, run the same memory, etc. It is just one has a disk drive. And that is both a pro and a con, unique to each person. So if you want to spend a little bit less, then the non-disc version is a little bit cheaper. If you have loads of PS4 games which you want to be able to play and you want to take advantage of the reverse compatibility technology that is built into the PS5, then maybe you want the disc drive so that you can put those PS4 discs in and play that. Equally, if you like buying discs, if you like the experience of buying discs, or you like the experience of returning discs and trading them in for cash again, then maybe the disc version is for you instead. Overall, I prefer having the disc version. I like having the option. It comes down to personal preference. You've also then got the choice of when you get it as, okay, great, I've got it, that's fantastic. Do I set it up horizontally or vertically? So you can see here, so first off, it is a big machine, right? And it is there is definitely a bit of weight to it. It's certainly heavier and bigger than the PS4 console was. I've got it in the vertical orientation that fits the space that I have. I also think it looks better standing upright. To be honest, I think it looks a beautiful console anywhere. I think it looks fantastic. It looks beautiful, modern, and I really like that. So I've got it in the vertical position. But the one thing I would say is wherever you put it, make sure that you've got plenty of space for it around it. Don't cram it in a corner or shove it in a tiny gap. Okay, you need to give it space to breathe a little bit, so that because it has really advanced hardware cooling fans built into it, but if there's nowhere for the fans to push that air, then it's obviously still going to get hot anyway. So you want to try and find a spacious place to put it, and that really helps you keep the whole machine quiet and just helps you have just a better gaming experience when you're able to sit and have a play. You'll also see, so at the bottom it is sat on a stand. Now that little stand is a single screw to screw the console to the base, and what that base does, it's got some kind of little rubber grips on the bottom to avoid it slipping or moving, and just helps it keep it stable as well. So putting that in is the first thing you're going to want to do. Once you've done that, then the next thing is setting it up. So it comes with one controller in the box, a controller charging cable, a power cable for the console, and a HDMI 2.1 cable, which I recommend you use unless you have a better HDMI cable, just so that you really maximise the graphics experience, the graphic output of what the console can give you. So that's one of the next things I'd recommend. After that, and you've turned it on, so you've got a couple of options to transfer PS4 to PS5 if you want to take advantage of that. If you don't have a PS4 and you're new to PlayStation, then welcome to the family, in which case it'll direct you through a slightly simpler setup to get you going. But if you want to take advantage of the kind of the PS4 to 5 transfer, you can either do that via Wi-Fi or via direct Ethernet cable connection, also via external hard drive if you want to use that as well. So there's a couple of different options for kind of quick setups if you are transferring, and I did that PS4 to PS5 and it worked absolutely seamlessly for me, so I was really pleased by that because it was much quicker than kind of manually doing everything bit by bit. Now once you're set up and you're going, obviously then you are straight into the games, and Sony has a huge array of games now, some that are unique to PlayStation, some that are just generally available to any console, and what I would say is there's a huge variety of game choice. This console has an amazing graphics, whatever you choose. Whatever game you do want to play, I recommend you start with Astro Boy's Playroom. It is a free game that comes available. All you need is an internet connection to download it. It's not a big game, but what it will do is it will give you a really good kind of introduction to the new improved haptic feedback that the controller gives you. I can't explain it any better than that. You have to try it to understand it, but it's a really good way of just understanding what the controller has to offer based on kind of your immersion experience into the game that you're playing on this amazingly powerful console. So that is definitely something I'd recommend. Now, final point from me is that the console has been out a while. So as well as the console itself, you've also got a huge variety of other accessories as well that you can choose from stands to kind of customization to other gaming accessories, headsets, and all sorts of stuff. So I'd just encourage you to, as well as looking at the console, just explore again within your budget, without stretching yourself, what is the right stuff for you, and just making sure you make sensible choices in that space to make sure that you really get the most out of your gaming experience. I love gaming. I love gaming on my PS5, and hopefully you do too.